Right. It's live. Hello, everybody, and welcome. Oh, welcome. With some places and not others. Here we go. There we are. Hello, and welcome to a Thursday night scrap along.
Grunge Street.
Just putting this in the Creative Family group.
Yep, come on. There we go.
There we are. Okay. So we're using Grunge Street tonight. I'm going to make a mini book. It's a 5x7 mini book, but we're going to make it the opposite way to the one you've seen before. I've not made one in a video before, but I have showed one made. Hello, Di. How are you? Okay, so let's quickly go through the Grunge Street papers. Let me just move that out of the way. There's only 3. So we've got paper 1. Paper 2 and paper 3. So it's a good all-round masculine collection, great for teenagers, men, boys, women, you know, like you could do farm stuff with it. You could do anything with this.
That's some pretty good words. What do you call it? Word albums?
Action words. We call these action words.
Hi, Tash.
So when you, hello Tash, how are you? So when you get a paper pack now, the paper packs now for this are $21.95, same price as our other paper packs, and you get 12 sheets. So you, because it's only 3, you get 4 each of the 3 papers. We used to do 3 each of the 3 papers, but we now do 4 each of the 3 papers. So you get 12 sheets and you get a topper with fussy cuts on the inside.
Evening, Karen.
So that's what you get. Hello, Karen. How are you? So we're going to make a 5x7 mini book, and the one I showed you once before in a video way back when we were started doing mini books as a mini book covers as a product. I think it was the first one we released as a product, actually. Pretty sure we did it this way. We did it portrait. I showed you one. Well, now that the covers sets come with the 2 ways, we're going to do a mini book that goes this way. Okay. So we're going to get paper number 1. Rightio. So we're going to cover it in this, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to start from one end. And then what we'll do is we will actually have the join on the front cover, and we will cover that join. I'll show you how to cover that join. So we need 2 pieces. We're going to cut 2 pieces of this paper number 1, and we're going to cut those to be 7 inches by 12 inches. We're kind of going to bust through this a little bit. I want to try and show you that it doesn't have to take 10 hours to make a mini book, that if I can teach it to you in an hour or an hour and a half, then it's doable. Okay, so we've got 2 pieces that are 7 by 12. And what we're going to do is we're going to overlap. So we're going to get some tape. I've just got like 24mm tape. Going to put it on the one that's underneath. Going to burnish that. So we use tape for grip and glue for slip when we make a book. And I use a white glue. This is Turbo Tacky, or I could use a tacky, the one that's called Tacky. You could use this, but this is just a little bit cheaper and therefore goes a little further. So I'm just going to use the side of the nozzle to do my spreading. Let's make that. Let's get my creative ruler that I designed. Line that up. Line that up.
Hello, ladies. Sorry I haven't mentioned everyone. We've got Diana over on the tube. Raquel has joined
Hello,
us.
Raquel
Ian
and
has joined
Pam.
us. Joanne has joined
Hello,
us.
Diana. Hello, Joanne.
Oh, and Deborah.
Hello, Deborah. Right. Oh, so I squeezed out and glue came out the ends. Rightio. Oh, I shouldn't have put glue on my pants. New jeans. They are a couple of months old, but they're still new. They haven't got paint on them yet. They've got glue on them now. Okay. So we've got our join here. We're going to have that on our front cover. So our front cover is going to be this one here. So this is going to be our front cover. So we're looking at, so we've got our piece of paper. Okay, so that's my front when it's the right way up. So we want to get something. And let's get like a paint pen. That's the front. So that's the front, right? Our front is going to be there. So now we're just going to get our production line on. We have got Express It tape on its way. Hopefully it arrives better than, yep. Sorry if you work for Australia Post, but we're not having much luck with Australia Post currently. We actually had a delivery driver today claim that our address was incorrect on a parcel, but he didn't even come to our side of town. So that was very disappointing.
Confused he is.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to put up a link too for the mini book covers.
Yeah, there is a link to Grunge Street and the mini book covers in the blurb. So it's up above on Facebook and it's down below in YouTube.
And now both of those are in the comments.
So I'm putting tape around all four sides. So this is how I do it. I do this step as one big thing, and then I come along and I burnish all of my tape. We actually have an in-person retreat starting tomorrow. 3 days of creating at our store. Got some cool classes.
General creative patterns.
Yeah. Of course, Naomi John's class is going to involve mixed media.
Probably lots of them.
Okay, so that's the front. So we're going to start from the back because we want to join the front. Hello, Ree. Ree has come up from Harvey Bay, Maryborough to do the retreat this weekend. So we've got our T-ruler and we're going to start at the back because we want this join to be on the front. So what we're going to do is use our T-ruler and we're going to line up. Let's get a small T-ruler. Let's get the 6-inch one. It'll be easier. So I'm going to line it up. So it's 1 inch by 1 inch. So I'm going to line it up there and there so that I get my cover in the right spot. And then we're going to start using, once we've got this one down, we'll start using, to get our spaces right, we'll use our cover tool set. Mini book cover tool set. Oh, well, it's a bit tropical now. It's hotter now than it was an hour ago.
We've got hot, hot, and hot.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm just about to have a look to see where storms
Cools
are.
off a bit.
Because it's getting a bit windy.
It's getting very windy outside.
Could take up kite flying.
That sound is the
Oh yeah.
The extended high roof above the spare room from my studio to the spare room.
I'm going to say it's going to miss us.
You're going to reckon it's going to miss us?
By about 20K.
So your mini tool kit comes with your corner miter tool and 2 1/4-inch spacers. You only need 2. And when you use them, you want to actually see the words the right way up. If you go sideways, that's not 1/4 inch. You want it to be 1/4 inch. And that gives you the right amount of space to get, here's one I prepared earlier, to get this fold over right to get a nice cover. I do a lot of mini book demos. I have tons of these things made. Box full.
If you do buy the mini book tools from us and then you get home and you go, oh, how do I use that again? Please message us. I've got some video links I'll just click to you and explain.
We actually have found today the perfect attachment to our online store that we think is going to help us to make a page with where we can collate all of our mini book videos together. So we just have to do a bit of a test. I have to ask if it's going to work. We'll have to check if it's going to work with our other software we run in our website, but thinking it's going to. So I'm just going to keep going and sticking. So I've got that space there. Put my next spacer in. I'm going to move along fairly quickly. We've done a few of these, and like Quentin just said, if you really want to, if you want to see more of them, just ask, or just go to our YouTube channel. Now the link is in, if you're on Facebook, the link is in the blurb as well, and it will show you where it is. Now we've got this lined up. Holy dooly. We're going to move right along really, really quickly. We might have to pull up stumps at some stage to let the storm go by. We'll see how we go. We may do half this week and half next week on Thursday night.
I think it'll miss us.
Yeah, we'll see how we go. But I don't really want to go much beyond an hour because I still have a little bit of, oh dear, that's not my design board.
That's your daughter's?
Yeah. Can you just see if mine's over there at her desk? Because I don't want to wreck hers.
Yeah, here it is. Oh, it's still got.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'll just cut on it.
Yep.
She'll be right. She won't worry. Oh, sorry. I just bumped the video. Okay. So now I'm going to take my little guys out. And I'm just going to give it a flip over and give it a massage. So we do use glue slip and tape for grip. You wanted more Aussie grunge. Is that so? Have air conditioning on in your room. Oh, yep. And then more Aussie grunge. Well. Speaking of Aussie grunge, have you checked your inbox? You're an Aussie grunge shopper. You need to have checked your inbox. So this is what we do with this little tool.
Telling people our secrets.
I'm not telling them what's going on. It's just if you're on the insiders list, or if you've ever bought Aussie grunge, you need to check your inbox. If you didn't get it,
They did it?
no, it's not going to miss us. It started raining. It could mean you've accidentally unsubscribed, so you need to check on that. Wow. So this 1-inch corner tool is how you get a nice position for your mitre. So you line it up, get your craft knife, and away you go. Line it up, and then I'm just going to come down here a little bit, and this really truly is the secret. Here we go. That's spare. So there we are. We've got it covered. And that's our front cover there. That, and there's our join. Okay, so we're just going to do, that was a design board. I designed the design board as well. And we manufacture them right here in Gladstone. A lot of people we do find a lot of customers don't really, they're not bothered by where the products they're made, where the products they use are made, but we really care. That's why we manufacture here. We won't ever manufacture our products offshore.
It is
so doable. It's hard work, but you know what? It is so doable. There is no reason why everybody else shouldn't be manufacturing all their product in Australia for scrapbooking. Cutting dies can't be made in Australia. We have worked out the process. We just don't have $500,000. We have worked out a process to make cutting dies, but we just don't have the money to do it.
It is so crucial for our local economies in Australia that we start manufacturing back in Australia again.
So you can see I put some glue down, and then, I removed my tape, put some glue down, and now I'm just running along. I don't score. I used to. I don't score along the edges of the chipboard because it creates a weakness in the pattern paper where you can get a tear, especially if you're using a paper that's not as high a quality as our pattern paper, or it's got a very loose paper, not compacted well enough. It will, not compressed enough. It will actually really tear badly. There we go. See, slide this along, slide my fingers along. Look at that. Our paper is perfect for this. It's got strength. It's a little tricky here where we've got our join. So this is where the corner tool really comes in. Yes, and Viola.
Yeah. Sorry, Pam and Di were discussing. Pam and Deborah were discussing that Deborah wanted Aussie Grunge again, and presto.
Yeah. So what I do is I push down and I pull it in, so it just comes in slightly. So you're pushing down and pushing in, so it just comes in the ever so slightest amount, so that when we fold it over next, it doesn't hang outside the boundary of the piece. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue there. And do just fold that like that. Yep. I'm just going to hook my fingers up.
Evening, Lisa B. We were parked behind you diagonally.
Oh yeah, we saw you at the lights today.
Small town.
The Bob Jane lights. You know, if Bob Jane... Oh, geez, I didn't do my folding bit. Oh, geez. Oops. You might need to... Yep, I just got stuff blown everywhere.
It's got a wee bit windy outside.
Didn't do my folding, did I? Bit naughty.
Oh,
Oops, I've crinkled it.
I'll just keep that slightly open. Let's press. Don't leave blowing like what's actually.
It's actually pretty savage outside.
Don't go outside with that.
The banana's getting whipped around.
Good night for coffee.
If Bob Jane T-Mart ever moves, Gladstone's going to be completely and utterly lost, because that's the Bob Jane lights.
T-Mart lights, yes.
Yep. It's been the Bob Jane T-Mart lights, I think, since we were kids.
The hockey fields are across the road and have been there.
It's not the hockey light. We don't call it the hockey lights. It's the Bob Jane lights.
Yeah. Raining here at Calliope. Yeah. Lucky you're a bit south of us.
What do we want to put on the inside? This bricky bit? What do we think of that? Let's do that. So we need 2 pieces of this. So we're going to cut this, our bricky bit. And they need to be like 4 3/4. Oh, that needs to be flat. 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. I'm going to cut this way first. Because I just want to get the piece of paper sort of smaller. I don't want to remove the barcode. 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. So there. By 4 3/4. For there. And in the middle, let's put this end piece that we cut off. Remember we cut this off our cover? So we're going to cut a 4 by 5 3/4 high. 4 inches wide by 5 3/4. Oh no, 4 3/4 high. Sorry.
You're cutting it, sorry.
4 inches wide.
Yep.
By 4 3/4 high. Sorry. So we do keep it flat at this point in time. Oops. Right. So we're going to do this piece now. So it's 4 inches wide by 4 3/4 high. Just going to put our tape on it, and then we're going to deal with our cover bit. Actually, what we might do is we might tape all 3 of these pieces we just cut, and then we'll deal with our cover, covering up our join on our cover. So when I do the outside of my cover, I've actually started removing all the tape because I accidentally sandwiched tape in a cover the other weekend in Toowoomba. I've done it twice actually. So we've got those. Now I've got a little bit of this denim from Traveler's Journal. And I think it might look cool with this because I want to incorporate it into my book. Right. So I'm going to get a piece that is I want a piece that is 4 inches wide by 7 inches long. So I'm going to come in at 7 inches. And I'm going to come down. So 4 is about there. Come down to 4 by, I just don't want to cut the barcode off and cut myself short. 4 by 7. Then what I'm going to do, we need rain. Oh. Yeah, well, it's been threatening for a while, but it's just so hot.
Yeah, last night was the fans on. Lots of people had their air cons on us.
But we don't have our air cons at night. So what I'm going to do is use my creative ruler and the tearing edge to tear just over around about 1/4 inch or just over 1/4 inch off to the 2 long edges. So you could ink this. I actually don't ink mini books. I just find it affects the longevity because sometimes like Tim Holtz inks do change with age and exposure, especially somewhere like here that's hot, it's humid, have coal dust hanging around in the air when you live so close to the coal train lines like we do. So I'm not a fan of using ink on mini books because it does change, especially the Tim Holtz inks. So I'm going to put some glue along here, and then what I'm going to do with my finger is I'm going to swipe it across towards the tear. Right? So we've got a nice coverage on our torn edge. I just don't want it to curl up too much. Don't want it to be a point of stress on my book. Right. Just got my finger there. Set that on there because I just don't want it to come off. Okay, so there's our spine there. And I'm just lining that up. Put a bit more glue under here. It's actually gusty wind, like it's
sorry,
feathery. Sorry?
Lisa's done light modelling paste with paint and it seems to work.
Yeah. I do paint on them and around them, but I'm just not a fan of inking the edges unless you know it's stable. But definitely don't ink the edges of a mini book with Tim Holtz ink if you're not okay with it changing colour with age. Okay, so there's our front cover. We've got a bit of denim paper on there, and because we rubbed our glue across to the edge, our torn edge is really quite safe and secure. So now we've got our little piece that was 4 by 4 3/4, and we've already burnished it.
Hands going to dessert.
Some glue top and bottom. Oh, that's cool. Get lots of photos.
If you find on safari papers at your place, Pam, you're better than we are.
Yeah.
We've got a few.
We've not got much left. So we're going to line up with our ruler in the centre. So I'm working out where my centre is. I'm just, so I know that this spine piece is 2 inches wide. It doesn't have to be exact with this. The place it needs to look the nicest is being centered top to bottom. The same gap on the top as it is at the bottom. And we've got our glue slip and tape the grip. Right. Where did I put that bone folder? Here. So we want it in the middle, and I'm pushing in on the outside. And then what we're going to do, so this is really crucial, this bit. So this is the bit that's really, really probably the most important, is we're going to bend this up and bend this up and stick it down, bend it up and stick it down, because what we're trying to get is this nicely stretched. I've seen people get the bone folder, but don't do that, because we have wet our paper and it is now stretched and stressed and it is wet. If you use a bone folder on it, what's going to happen is it's actually just going to tear and it'll never be the same. And you're not going to get this lovely, strong hinge. So the glue and the tape combined with good quality paper give you a really lovely, strong hinge on the cover, where'd that other one go? It gives you this really nice cover that will lay flat and sits beautifully because you've got these nice grooves in here, and you only get the tiniest bit of buckle just in there or just there, which I can handle. So we don't just stick this piece in here and then just leave it to dry. You do have to do this bit of work, because then you end up with this beautiful cover that opens and closes easily. And this is all stuck because you've massaged the glue and the tape down and you've stuck it in lovely, and you've only got the slightest amount of buckling, which you do need, because when it's out flat, it's stretched further than when it's closed. So let's get our 2 bits of this. So I want to do it like that. I think I like it like that. So we've already, so when I put the tape on, I find that if I put the tape on all the bits that are similar or going in the same place, and then what I do is after that, I then do the burnishing with the bone folder. I just find that when I go to stick them on, they're all ready to go. And see, glue slip, tape for grip. I'm lining that up there so I've got an even border, top, bottom, and side. And it should line up nicely with our piece we stuck in the middle. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come in from the outside. Bit of glue smosh, but shouldn't be too much. Even I use too much glue at times. You clean it up straight away and keep your hands, I've got a cloth here, if you keep your hands nice and clean, it's not a drama. No drama, llama.
No drama. I'm going to have to build the kit after this because I can't sign into the software.
So there will be a kit for this, and it'll include some stuff to embellish it. There'll be a little surprise in your pack.
We'll do that straight afterwards.
Yeah, Quentin can't get in there, so he can't do it now.
I might have to open that back window up now. I think
yeah.
It definitely went beneath us.
Hope so. It's a bit noisy outside, but
it was a very quick moving storm. There are a lot of them this time.
Is that the planes all coming in?
Plane going over.
Yeah. The planes would have all been circling. There we go. So we've done our cover.
We didn't get enough shower to put the plate holes.
Okay. We'll see how we go getting the kit done. Right.
Hello, Tina.
Can seal with Mod Podge. Yeah. I don't always put sealing on them. I do have books that I've made many, many years ago. Still all really in good nick. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to make like a bit of a sideways waterfall in here. We're going, Tina, so that you can fit a heap of photos in. Does that make sense? We'll make a bit of a side-on waterfall in here. And then what we might do is in here, we might do something just a little different. Kind of like we did last weekend, but kind of a bit different. So we're going to cover there. Oh, smell of rain. Okay. So we're going to cut 4.5. Just give me a second. By 7. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to get my mini scoreboard to show you. Right. I'm going to score it 1/2 inch in from the end. I sort of want to show you what we're doing and what this is. Now you do have to be a little careful when using black cardstock. Black cardstock can be quite unforgiving with scratches and marks. So this piece is going to go here. Oh, I've kind of made it wrong. Have I made it wrong? I have made it wrong.
Do you want to change it?
Oh, I'm just working backwards. I was actually working forwards, not backwards. That's okay. I'm trying to think. Oh, what I was thinking of. So it's 4.5 by...
7 was the original one.
No. It's 4.5 by 5. Sorry. Look, I've already made a mistake. I'm worrying about the storm. And then I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch. So it's 4.5 by 5. And then we're scoring it so we get left with a 4.5 by 4.5 inch square. So it's going to go there with a nice blue border there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make another one the same, and we're going to stick it in here.
So you're going to cut 2 4.5 by 5.
Well, we're not going to cut 2. We're actually going to cut... We're going to cut 5. Actually going to cut 10.
10.
Yep. So if you put, and on here, so on here, you would then do a, and I'm going to write it so you can see it. You would then do a 4.25 inch by 4.25 inch mat, and a 4 inch by 4 inch photo. And this will accommodate 20 photographs. So I'm going to make one side and then you'll make the other side, right? So another 4.5 by 5. So you'll get 4 of them from one piece of paper. More arts and crafts. And you need 10. Remember, when you score them, you're going to have it 4.5 high and 5 sideways.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you?
That's very good.
You want to say goodnight?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yep. Good night. Hello. Goodbye.
They didn't see that. Right. You got toothpaste in your face. You need to clean it off or it'll burn later.
Okay.
Love ya. See you in the morning. Where are you sleeping? In the spare room still?
Yeah. I'm still coughing.
She was sick last week, so we're still making sure she's okay. I do not want her getting sick. Holy dooly. Rightio. So on this bit here, and yep, I usually don't only do like a 1/2 inch tab. You don't want to go right up to the fold. Like you want to go up to the fold, but not over the fold. So you're going up to the fold, but not over the fold. Everyone say night-night, Mealy-Ann. I would like one, please. Finish these. So we start with the first one. That's going to be our top one, right? Which one's that? It's got words on it. We're going to do it at the back. So you're going to do exactly the same thing, but when you stick them, you're going to stick them that way, right? In there. So you're going to stick this side this way and this side this way. We're going to do the back cover, right? My tape's a little wider, so I'm just rolling in. Rolling in my tape. The glue isn't just for slip, realistically. It is also for a little tiny bit of extra security. And when you wind the glue up, it doesn't come out of the bottle. Dearie me. Who rung me? I'm going to fold that down. Get glue on me. I'm going to line it up so we've got an even border. Top, bottom, and side. Right? Just come in from the outside. Come in so you're not getting glue everywhere. You do have to be careful with black. Rightio. Next. Gonna line it up to that one, like that. Line it up. I find this is the easiest way. And I do try and make sure I don't get a twist in it. Right, so then bring it in. And bring it in. Oh, look at that. Next. I hope I've calculated it right. I do a lot of numbers in a day. Not just when I design things like rulers and that. They're not the only numbers I do. Because I'm the bookkeeper. I have been my bookkeeper the whole way. The whole almost 22 years I've had my business, I have been my bookkeeper. I was the bookkeeper for the business before. So I just don't fill in the tax forms. I get the accountant to do that. He checks all of it at the end of the year. Or she does now. We have a lady accountant now. Who works for the man accountant. Or with. There's 2 people in the business now. There we go. And put that one in there. And the glue is going to give us the ability to sort of move it just the slightest bit. Like that. So once you embellish your book and you've got your pages in, it actually sits a whole lot better. I actually think this book would be pretty cool with photos of Quentin from when we were teenagers. Do have quite a few photos from when we were teenagers. There we go. So once it's finished, I will tell you what I do is when I've finished a book and I've got it all finished, I actually give it a little bit of therapy. I get some like stringy stuff or some ribbon and I tie it up like a gift. Give it a bit of a tie up. And I have it sit sort of tied up, and then that way it sort of learns where it's meant to go. Let's just give these a bit of a last seal this way, just to help them to understand that I do want them to be flat. Rightio. And we're going to do another one on this side, but I'm not going to make it right now. So in the middle, got this nice 2-inch platform. It is a shame to colour that. I know, it is a shame. And when you finish with all your pattern papers, just cut some strips that are like 1/4 inch wide to stick on here. Or you could use a white, a silver, or a gold pen, and you can write. Sometimes I write my journaling on here, or write words, or I stick dots or stars or paint down in there. But yes, so you can do that. So let's get this. And what we want to do is we want to make like 2 pieces, and then what we're going to do is we're going to have those 2 pieces that they're then bulky on the inside, if that makes sense. And we might actually do sort of something a little similar to this in them. So let's do that. So we need to cut is, so we want a 4.5 inch by 12. We're going to do 2 of those. Let's get the scoreboard out. And we're going to score it at 1 inch. And then we're going to score it at 7.5 inches. So I'm going to do that again. I'm going to do it at 1 inch and 7.5 inches. And especially with black cardstock is where I put my groove, is where I do my mountain with my fold, because you've pre-stretched it. Not this way, it's this side where you've done your groove. That's where you've stretched it. ready to do your first fold. But what I do want is to fold that back. Once you've folded it once, it's fine. It's then stretched, but you do need to make sure that your initial fold is with that groove uppermost. Fold that back that way. So we're going to stick them in like this. Right? So they're going to go in like this. But they're actually going to have to overlap just the slightest little bit. So it's just the slightest little bit. So we're actually going to stick them in not thinking about each other. So I'm going to put my tape on and I'm going to go sort of up to but not on my fold. And then I'm going to do the same here. Up to but not on my fold. So when you're using black, remember, like I said, you've got to be a little careful because black cardstock does not like being marked. So I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to get my Crowded Merlin ruler. Right. Hello, Bronny. How are you? Hope Granddad's going well. Hope Dad's doing well. So I found the edge of, so this is the edge of my spine. So I found the edge of my spine. So there's the edge of my spine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the center. So I sort of push that up against the edge of my spine like that. I'm holding it up against it. And then I'm just going to center this. And I'm going to have like a, what are we going to call that? We're going to say it's an even gap, top, bottom, and side. So I've got an even gap on the top and the bottom. Yep, I had glue on my fingers. Look at that. Top, bottom, and side. And sometimes you can erase it with a nice soft eraser. I've got some of it off. Just have to cover that with pattern paper, won't I? So I'm going to push it in. Right. There we go. That's that one. And then we're just going to sit that there. Oop. Turn that over. Okay. That's all right. Everyone at retreat tomorrow is going to see Amelia all done up in her, well, not in the gear, but she'll be in her undergarment, in her base gear. This studio, they wear like a base garments, like tights and a bodysuit, which is really, really quite nice. And she'll have all her makeup on because it's getting a portrait done tomorrow. So I've got my ruler and I've wedged it up. Got it on an angle, so hopefully you can see it a bit more. I've found the center. I've wedged it up against my edge of my cover. I've not got glue on my fingers this time. And I'm going to leave an even border, top and bottom. and side. And by top and bottom, I mean top and bottom in relation to this 4-inch by 4 3/4 inch piece we stuck in the middle. So I've got a bit of glue slip there, so I can just move this so that these two here meet nicely. I want them to sort of meet quite nicely there. Now, we could have done a measurement here where, you know, I calculated the gap there, and then I calculated how much this was, and I divided in half so they met. Better to have a little overlap. Extra bits are what makes it unique and yours. Yep. So having the little overlap means we didn't have to do silly, ridiculous measurement-y stuff. So in here, when we get to the end, what we're going to do is we're going to stick a piece that's like, let me give you the measurement. Oh, that's a crap measurement. So let's put our, let me write that in there so you can see it. So the piece of scrap you stick in here is going to be, look, I've got a glue fingerprint there too, is going to be a 1 5/8 by, what was that, 4.5 by 4 1/4 inch. So that's going to be the piece you stick in there to cover that and make it look nice and pretty. It's nice how it is, not now I've written on it, but, you know, I love the Grunge Street paper. I have several sheets. Yep. It's pretty cool. It's very, it's a very misunderstood collection, if that makes sense, Margaret. A lot of people don't know what to do with Grunge Street. They look at it and it scares them. Like, everyone wants boy collections, but it can be quite scary to work with a boy collection. So
boys are all different.
Boys are very different creatures. You keep telling me of how many black pieces we've used?
No. Was I meant to be?
That would have been good. Maybe I need to do that.
Oh dear. I'm in trouble.
Someone's got to do it. It's definitely not going to be him, is it? So now what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 pieces that are 4.5 by 12. So 4.5 by 12. 4.5 by 12. Okay. So now you need to listen to this next one because we're going to do something. Yeah. So what we need to do, is we need to come in and we want to move up. So we want to move up sort of halfway between our 0 and our first 1/8 of an inch. So we want to move the end of our cardstock so it's halfway between the 0 and the first 1/8 of an inch mark. Our boy collections love grunge. Yep. So we want the end of the cardstock to be halfway between the 0 and the 1/8 of an inch, and then we're going to score at the 6.5 inch mark. We're going to do that with both of them. So we're going to move the end of our cardstock up so it's halfway between the 0 and the first 1/8 of an inch, and we're going to score at 6.5. Okay. Righto. Okay. So the one that's bigger is our 6.5 inch piece, okay? So the one that's bigger is the piece we're going to put our tape on. And we're going to make these into pockets because see how we're collecting? We're collecting these identically sized pieces of paper. Have you noticed that? We're collecting these. Now that's wasteful if we don't actually come up with a purpose for them. So we need to come up with something to do with these. Otherwise, it's just a waste.
I'm sure we can make photos with that.
No. What am I looking for? Oh, I'm going to look for a 6mm tape in here. Look, I've got some red tape. I don't usually use red tape, but I'm out of 6mm. We didn't buy any before we sold out. So what we're going to do is our folds up here, and we're going to do a U shape. We're going to do our 2 long edges and our base bit here. This is our cut edge here, our folds at the top. So our fold's going to be our opening. Yeah, I'm a little predictable. This is something I like to make. There's a pocket because it uses the scraps. Yeah, I've got to cut this stuff. This is why I don't like it. I'm still going to use glue because I've got a habit now of using tape and glue. Really hope the neighbour's dog doesn't go around barking for the pleasure of it. It wasn't barking at anything. It was just having fun at 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen tonight because I'm a bit tired from the last couple of nights' antics. Oh, you forgot to ring the council again.
Yes, it's a little bit busy today.
Someone said we should ring the council, but I think we might talk to them first about it. I think that's the polite thing to do. Considering they told us they were going to get a cat cage and trap our cats during the day. And I think they tried to get one out of the council and the council said no. Not that our girls leave the house much. They're sort of homebodies. Madeline doesn't leave the house.
Not too
and if she does, she just
house, but they don't leave very often.
Madeline's old. She's very old. She has got dementia. Poor old kitten. So we need to, let's get one of our bits. Taking the kids to the show with Ute and Monster Truck shows. This book will be good. Oh, this will be perfect for it. So on the inside, we're going to stick this. And what we're going to do when we stick it is we're going to have these rounded bits at the top and our little tiny bit here. Well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to have it so that the inside one you just see. Where am I? Get that out of the way. We're going to have it so that this one we're sticking on, you just see it, right? Just barely see it. Because then it gives you enough leeway that you don't get scooching up down here. You don't want it to scooch up down there. Very technical terminology there. It also means that when you do see that little ridge there, people go, oh, what's that? That's a pocket. So I've come a bit far with this bit of tape here. So I'm just going to peel it back just the slightest bit and trim it off because you can't just roll this stuff back like regular tape. Right, let's get rid of that. So rather than watch the news before class, because I just didn't want to be depressed before a class, I don't know if what we watched was any better. We were watching the very last episode of MASH, the movie length episode. Because we've never actually watched it through because it's usually on. It used to be always on when
that wasn't the last episode, was it?
Yeah, that's the final. That's the hour-long
Is that the hour
final.
long?
Yes, that's the hour-long final. It's always on when we have like a music concert or something, or, you know, a Stedford or something we've got to go to at night for the kids. So we're going to put this here, right? And I don't like this tape because it doesn't let my glue slip principle work properly. That's why I'm not a fan of red tape. I just want to see just a little tiny bit of that inside one. I want it to line up. So if you were using just regular old Express It tape, this would actually be a lot easier. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, and yep, I can see my burnish lines because it's black cardstock. Black cardstock's not forgiving, remember?
It is not forgiving anyway.
It does show marks, but you know what? It's a grungy album. There we go. My pocket works really well. Right. We don't have scotching up. I've got a nice lip there, which holds together nicely. You could bulldog clip these. I just find that if I get it right and I do it properly, I don't need to do that. It just holds just right. Perfect. Rightio. Other end. I did something sort of, what did we do inside there? Oh no, we did that inside. Oh, what did we do inside here? Oh, we did waterfalls that way. So some of the spaces you would stick paper to mat your photos. Remember, if it's a photo mat, cut the middle out, because then you can make an embellishment out of that or make something else out of that. Here we go. Oh, can't wait till the Express It tape arrives. I'm really hoping they don't send it to Australia Post. I'm hoping they send it with TNT. But it's a bit of a Russian roulette. Australia Post actually don't have a phone line to lodge a complaint anymore.
No,
They've only got this automated phone line now. You can't actually, it's, you know, I did get a human on the chat service today, but I had to say, and it sounds really awful, but I had to say, speak to a human. How can I help you? Speak to a human, please.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to. The automated service was just telling me my parcel was coming today, and it wasn't because.
Is that the same one that lists through like 20 parcels you've sent?
Yeah. I send a lot of parcels. But you've actually got to lodge a complaint before they actually do anything about a parcel that's just lying around. Okay. Another fingerprint there. Here we go, 2 pockets. Obviously, we're going to cut these down. So we're going to cut these down to 6 inches. So they are, what are they? They're 3 inches. So they're going to be 3x6, right? So these are going to be 3 inches by 6 inches. You're going to have 3 in each pocket, right? So what you would put on those is like each one would have 1, 2, 3, 4, photos or squares of paper that are 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. I'm going to write that on one.
So these are 3B6, I think.
Yep, they're 3B6, and they're just from our leftovers. So you're going to do like a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 here, and a 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 here, and then the same on the other side. Waste not, want not. I'm not going to stick them in too far yet. Like it to dry before I jam it in. Right, there should be contact points. Yep.
Yeah.
Especially when it's a business that's owned by the government.
Yeah, it's just so wrong.
Rightio. So then what we're going to do in here, we're going to make a little bit more of like a waterfall-y thing, right? Yeah, I'm just counting the cardstock.
I should have done that. I was building a Facebook post. I'll show you later my Facebook post.
Oh my gosh.
It's a good one. I promise it's good. I don't know if it's good enough to get me out of the can, peeps.
Right. So we're going to do waterfalls in here. And we're going to need 2 more bits of cardstock.
I don't suppose you remember how many you started with and how many you used.
I've been keeping tally.
Excellent.
We're going to do one side, right? We're just going to do one side. Okay? We're going to only need 4 pieces, and they're going to be exactly the same as the pieces we used here. Exactly the same as these ones, but we're only going to need 4 pieces each. And they're going to give this its bulk out, and then that's going to be enough. So we're going to do 4.5 by 5. I'm just putting the cardstock aside to finish my work. 4. So we're going to put them so that they're like 5 across, and we're going to score them at 1/2 inch. 5. So just check each one. Make sure you're going across. Goes across to the 5. Gonna put tape on that. Go up to, but not over your fold. So our November kits are on the website, and the November kit package for November classes, or if you don't want to buy kits, you just want to watch the classes, the 8 classes for scrapbooking and for card making, the subscription is there for the class group. That's only $25. Everybody who has either a subscription they pay for automatically, an auto subscription for watching classes, or an auto subscription for kits every month, your emails have been sent. So I've got the fold, and we're going to come right up and we just want to see a little tiny slither of this pocket piece. We want to see a tiny little slither of that pocket piece, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm just going to stick this, and I know it's black on black. I know it's really hard to see, but you can see there's a tiny little slither of the pocket piece there. Oh, yep, there you can see it on that angle. Sorry, I don't have time to get a manicure every time I do a video. What's the matter?
Facebook's removed your video.
What do you mean Facebook's removed my video?
Just anyone who's on it, don't X out.
Yeah. If you're watching on Facebook, please don't X out.
We will
Why?
upload the playback afterwards.
No one can comment. Yeah.
Why?
Because it's been removed.
It's saying it's no longer live. It's been removed by the owner.
So Facebook's saying I've removed the video.
Yes.
Yes. So just...
I haven't removed the video. Okay, so Facebook's already deleted this video. If you're watching it live, don't go out.
Or go to YouTube.
Don't go out. Don't leave the video. You can't comment. Quentin's going to put the YouTube link up, and hopefully it gets through to you. We don't think you'll be able to comment, but we're only going for a little bit longer. But we're going to load another copy. We may not get to load that until the morning, but we will definitely load another copy of this video. It is on YouTube as well, and we do have a recording of it. But Facebook have actually already have just notified Quentin that I've deleted the video.
I tried to put a comment up, and an error occurred.
So I'm butting this up like we did on our inside covers. I'm butting this up. And notice how I'm coming from the center out. And that is so that our bulk's not all going in one direction. We're evening our bulk out going across directions so that we're not getting to one end heavy. Now, that's not the proper technical term for that, but yep. You can messenger messages. I am truly, truly sorry. We've had so many issues the last month. Yeah. Maybe we just need to spread the word a bit more. We do know where we would move to, but we need to get we actually need to triple the number of people that watch our classes each month in our paid group to be able to have our classes somewhere else, because the expense is just, but we already pay enough to have them here where they are. YouTube does not cause us any dramas, I'm just saying. Rightio. So we've got 3, and then our 4th one's going to come here. So let's do our 4th one. I'm not doing the other side, and we'll probably pull up stumps soon. So when we put together the kit's going to have enough paper to cover it. It's probably going to have a spare sheet of cardstock, just in case you have a bit of an oopsie-daisy or you want to mat a photo to put on your front cover. You'll have enough to do your waterfall in here and your waterfall in here. And you'll also get a cover sheet because you'll have a full paper pack. of paper, and you'll get a couple of Traveller's Journal papers as well to have contrast. And I'm going to put something new in there that I've been working on. And the title I picked for our kit, for our mini book that you'll get in your kit, is Radical. Hopefully it's a word you like. If you don't like it for the book, don't use it. And I'm possibly going to put in a pack of colour cuts as well. I'll just see what the price comes out at and see if it's just ridiculous. Sometimes mini books, because there's so much paper and so much cardstock, can seem quite expensive, but you're getting a lot. Like, let's have a look-see at how many photographs. Right. So let's have a look. So on one side, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 21, 23, 25. And if each of these only has 2 photos, 27, 29, 31, so 62 photos is the bare minimum you could put in this. So you could put more than 62 photos if you put 4 little photos on each of these.
Yep, so I just sent in the messenger group for the live notifications the link for YouTube. So if you like to put comments, you can jump onto YouTube. Tina's jumped over and a couple others are jumping over.
Okay, we are not here for your nails, colour cuts, please. They're not expensive. Your kits are the best. Thank you, Tina. Do I have colour cuts to show you? That's okay. It was just my little container of templates I had ready for the weekend. The Colour Cuts of the Month Club from September, they are live. We have not done the reveal yet. We have not done the kit reveal. We have not done the Colour Cuts reveal, but the Colour Cuts of the Month Club Colour Cuts from September are live, but that is not the tree that was in the Colour Cuts, because we don't have a photo of the tree that was in the Colour Cuts. That's another tree as well. So there we go. You can see this side is done. You could make a belly band. So we've got these babies. We're going to have 2 more. So this one and another one of these strips that we made these out of. You could make a belly band for this side and a belly band for this side to sit over it. But I actually think that once this actually gets photographs in it, and it has a bit of the old keep you together with a bit of string therapy, like you have it together like that, and this side's all nice and filled up. So once this side's filled up and you've got your waterfall in here, your waterfall there, and you've got photos on it, and then you tie it up with a bit of ribbon and leave it sit there and think about the meaning of life on its own for a couple of days, I actually think this is going to sit quite nicely. Just my personal opinion. You know. Oh, did you want that YouTube link up there? Oh, yeah. He's put the YouTube link on the screen, so if you want to find it, take a screenshot.
Yeah.
Very sorry. We will reload it. But yes, so the kit's going to have the covers, not the cover tools, here in our online store under that mini book link. So it'll have the covers, the papers, the title, the black cardstock with a spare sheet of cardstock. Let me just put the spare sheet on my list. So there'll be 8 sheets of cardstock. It's going to have the paper pack cover. It's going to have at least a full paper pack of, we'll have a paper pack of Grunge Street, and then it'll have this Traveller's Journal and this Traveller's Journal, probably 2 of each, because this red is in here too. So you've got a bit of contrast for your mats, at least for your photo mats. And if there's enough space, it'll have a set of lime green cogs in the pricing. But yeah, it'll be a nice little kit that I think, I think it's going to be cool. And I like this across here. I actually think having like that there, like that, and a photograph in here, just me. But yeah, you'll then have that spare piece of black cardstock to mat your photo on there. What else is in there? Oh, and there'll be something I'm working on that's new that will be a little gift with it, because it may not be released by the time you get your kit, but you'll have it in your kit in any case.
A surprise.
Surprise. I'm sorry, I've just got to clean up. It's not right. Actually, since I bagged Australia Post, maybe Facebook and Australia Post are in cahoots together. Way to go, Facebook.
Maybe.
So there we go. That's our mini book. And, I waffled and I mucked around. Okay, I've only done the 2 of the 4 waterfalls, but I've talked a lot and I think I've shown you the little tricks and tips and things that to get it done successfully. But we've done that in less than an hour and a half. So it's not a mammoth undertaking. It's not going to take you 50 hours to make a mini book and fill it with photos. So when I go to do, my photographs, I work out what all my different sizes are going to be, because these ones are the same as these ones. Work out what size photos I need. I get all my photos together. I crop my photos. I put my tape. I'll use a wide tape so they don't come out. Put my tape on the back of my photos. Have my photos piled up. Mat my photos that need to be matted. Then they're piled up. Then I put my paper on my pieces. And if I put red here, I'll probably put red here. And if I put green here, I'll put green here, or blue here. Do you know what I mean? So, and then I just production line it through, and then I just come through with my photos, and then I just come through with my embellishments. And that's, I just try and production line the whole process, but I start with my book as a base, and then I build on my base. I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Diana. So there you go. We will probably put the video in a separate group as well. If you buy the kit, only if you buy the kit, you'll get access to that, like we did with Lavender Dreams, just so you've got a place where you can share your finished photos of it, and it's all collated in one place. But we're definitely going to be doing some research in the next couple of weeks on this app we found that should be able to bring all of our mini book videos together from YouTube into one place where you can just click on a link, go there, and you can find all the videos. So hopefully that comes off. We've just got to check with the team that help us with our wholesale for our stores that buy from us, because there's only a couple of stores that buy from us, but we just don't want to break things so that they don't have access. So we're just going to make sure it works for them. And then it'll be, yeah, we've got a whole heap going over to Scrapbook House in Western Australia again. So yeah, if you're on a cruise and you get off at Geraldton, make sure you pop in and see Mel at Scrapbook House. She's got tons of our stuff. So there you go. So take care, stay safe. We will see you all on Monday night for Naomi John's mixed media class in the Creative Family Group. And sometime on the weekend, we will do a quick weekly roundup and a catch up. You'll see lots of videos and photos over the weekend at our in-person retreat at the store. So not to make you envious, but you need to check it out and come and visit us in Gladdy, because it's a beautiful place here. The storm's rushed past. Yeah, it's gone now. It's hot again now. So we will see you all then. This is really trippy with no comments. But yeah, so take care, stay safe. Love yous all, and you guys are absolutely amazing, and you're the reason why we do this. Thank you so very, very much from the bottom of our hearts. Take care, stay safe. Love yous all. Bye.